Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Before this video starts, I just want to give a shout out to, of course, my wonderful members, Levi OC, Vanilla Beans, Spacey Demoto, The Survivor Sans Viewer Voting, Plush Anime Game Adventures, Jesse HOH, and the Battle of Paper Official. Thank you all so much for the extra support. Anyways, back to the video.
And even now blue is always here, and even now blue it shines so clear. I don't need a prayer or even words to say. No matter what I do, I'll never reach your answer. Colors of summer are still in my heart, and rolling my dad from my cheeks is the silent love to start. The words I have for you are stuck, it just feels like a curse that I can't contain. Will the two of us meet again? I wish I told you back then. My hands will be a white to red. It's time to rise with this galaxy. So fast about me.
Hey YouTube, it is I, TDI Fan. In this video, I will be talking about the movie that I just watched. That's right, I just got back from the movies, watching Inside Out 2. Now, of course, many of you should know Inside Out 2. If you're a Pixar fan like myself, then you'll definitely know what this movie is. This is the sequel to the first Inside Out film, which came out a bit over 9 years ago, which is crazy. It's been 9 years since the first Inside Out, and now we have a second one. Now, of course, I know many people were or would consider this to be unnecessary because, one, they just don't want to see Disney and Pixar only focusing on sequels, and two, they just think that sequels to great films are overall unnecessary, which to some extent I would agree. But after watching this film, I have to say that this film is definitely necessary, and not only that, but it's definitely one of the top tier sequels when it comes to sequels, of course. Like, I will have to admit, this movie is great. I loved this movie, and I've only seen it once, and just a bit over 2 hours ago, but still, it's a great film, and I'm going to talk about it. So, of course, I liked the first Inside Out. I'm not too big on it as most of us are. Like, I know a lot of people would consider Inside Out to be one of Pixar's best. It's not in my personal top 10, but it's not a bad film at all. It's definitely a great film. And after seeing this film, I have to say that I would legit have this film be on par with the first. If not, I might even like it a bit better. That might be a bit of a stretch. It has been a while since I've seen Inside Out, and I do plan on doing a Pixar marathon in 2026. So once I've seen both of these films twice, then I can have a legitimate opinion. But back on this film. This film takes place right after the first. Riley's now 13. So, of course, once you're a teenager, you're about to get some new emotions. We get to see some new emotions like anxiety, embarrassment, ennui, which is also boredom, and envy. And honestly, these are great characters. Like, there's not a single bad character here, in my opinion. So, at least we've got some new characters that are actually good. And the story, although it's quite similar to the first film, like especially when, based on the trailers, and of course, I guess a bit of spoilers, when we get to see the main emotions outside of headquarters, then, it kind of starts to be the same as the first when it comes to the story, but it's also handled well and a bit differently. And I just loved it. Like, this movie was great. And of course, in the first film, I didn't really care about Riley's character. But in this film, I cared about her character a lot more. Like, all the stuff that's happening, like, that's surrounding her. It's just even better, in my opinion. This movie is great. When it comes to the music, I think the first film has better music. But this film does not have bad music at all. This film has great music. Honestly, you could say every Pixar movie has great music because Pixar always knocks it out at the park with its music. And the animation here is fantastic. This movie is just a really great sequel. I've been hearing a lot of people would call it the perfect sequel. And honestly, I would agree that this film is on par with the Toy Story sequels, with that being that they are great and they are not unnecessary and not too far off from the original. So yeah, Inside Out 2, a really great movie. And it's honestly, I would have to say, my favorite film of the year so far. So, of course, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. And I believe there's a lot to say. Inside Out 2 is a great sequel. You should definitely check it out. Don't listen to what the haters say, because I'm betting that most of them have not even seen the film. But I know, of course, we can all have opinions, but based on, reception that I've been hearing, the majority of us agree that this is a great sequel. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on Inside Out 2. And what are your guys' thoughts? Have you seen the movie? What do you think of it? And if you haven't seen it, are you planning to see it? Let me know. And with that said, thanks for watching this review, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.